Just plans for Oklahoma State this week.
Well, we're excited about game week. We've been practicing against each other for about 2.5, 3 weeks right now. We're excited to get another opponent. You know what I'm saying? Start looking at them and start practicing and see how it's coming out.
Les, how eager are you just to see what the receivers bring to the table? I know you see things in practice, you probably see some things you like, but you just really don't know. It's still kind of that, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, again, we're going to start limiting down what we do. You know, we threw the whole playbook at them, so obviously it was some confusing times for them, but now we're going to get pretty precise directly what they need to know, and I think it's going to show up a lot better.
On that vein, what did Derunya do in camp to kind of impress you guys and get him in the fold possibly for Saturday?
Get open and catch the ball.
Because clearly, I mean, he's not really supposed to know what he's doing yet as a true freshman, but it seems like that's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, he's pretty obvious when you throw him the ball, he makes plays. I mean, that's obvious. When the ball's in his vicinity, he catches it. And that's a good quality to have as a receiver.
Has Fred Ross made a good impression? I know he's been banged up, so I don't know how much you got to see of him.
Fred being out there has helped us. You know, and I think he's grasping it because he's been banged up a little bit, and he's coming along, doing really well. I think, you know, limiting down, you know, it's going to help Derunya, it's going to help Fred, it's going to help all our freshmen.
I know you won't know from a talent standpoint until the season gets some games under, but how similar is that situation with Fred and Derunya and even Shelby with Bump and that group that came in as true freshmen that, you know, this group doesn't have to start, but you kind of need some of them to play.
There's no doubt. I mean, very good analogy. I mean, when you talk about it and you look what happened in the past, you know, those guys came in and helped us and played early. We're looking for the same thing in those receivers also. But again, it comes down to a knowledge deal. They got to feel comfortable in what they're doing.
Is it a lot easier, obviously, though, that this time you've got a Tyler Russell to throw to those guys, and maybe the quarterback's not.
Well, I tell you, Tyler and Dak's been absolutely a pleasure this spring. They've done really, really well. They've done good. They're excited about getting into the week. You know, they've been going against our defense the whole time, so now they're excited to look at Oklahoma State and take another step forward.
Dan said the immediacy of getting Dak on the field isn't there this year like it was last year to just get him that experience. Now it's just about making him ready if he needs to play.
There's no doubt. We've got him on the field. He knows what it's like to play. He's thrown touchdown passes in games. He's done all that. So, you know, getting him to know the whole game plan, getting him to know not just having a Dak package, but having the whole game plan ready for him to do it.
A lot of talk is, you know, the offense of Oklahoma State and their 45 points a game. But what does the defense do to kind of complement that offense that they have?
Again, you know, when you look at them, they got a new defensive coordinator. We feel like they're going to stay, you know, basically they're not going to change your whole system. The new guy that's there was under the same system. You know, they'll probably be a little bit more aggressive, do some things that way defensively to try to get the ball back for their offense.
They kind of start up front with them. They got a couple of good tackles.
Oh yeah, number 99 is a really good football player. I mean, you'll probably get a chance to watch him now, probably on the weekend sometime. He's a really, really good player now. I mean, you know, when you go through it, number 4, number 11, really good with numbers now, as you well can tell. As you can tell, names don't, but numbers stick out for me. And they got a really good defense. They're talented.
Is lost conscious on the offensive part? You know, because Oklahoma State likes to go so fast and do their tempo and all that. For your offense to kind of control the ball a little bit and maybe slow things down, or can you try to do that?
Again, you say yes, but you know you don't know when those opportunities in a game are going to come about for you to score. So you want to score. I mean, it's not one of these deals where I don't want to score here. You want to score when those opportunities come about, and you just don't know offensively when that's going to happen.
Tyler made a comment last week, which was, quote, "I'm not a superhero. Like there's some plays I just can't make." I've never heard him say that before. Is that part of the development that you've seen this fall camp and this summer?
I think, you know, he's, you know, can really spin the ball. He can throw the football.
Right.
And, you know, there's a lot of things that he's really good at. You know, obviously running a 40-yard dash wouldn't be his forte. I mean, that wouldn't be the thing you'd look at. But those are things that he's saying. He's realizing what his strengths are, and he's playing to them.
How much has helped now getting Malcolm Johnson back up to speed after missing a couple of weeks?
Well, what a great deal. You know, good to have him back, have him on the field, and, you know, get ready to play, because he can make some plays.
Some of the inexperience in the skill positions and stuff, and, you know, David kind of asked, how do you make sure that everyone kind of stays within themselves and doesn't worry about scoring 45 against that offense or trying to slow it down or just to play within yourself?
I would bet almost anything, that our young guys are more concerned about doing the right thing, running the right play, being in the right area than scoring 45 points. I think, they've been overwhelmed with a lot of stuff in camp, and now all of a sudden they come back. And as we talk about, you've got to do your job. You're 111. You're 111 on the field, and you've got to do your job. You take care of your job, we're in good shape.
We've asked you so much about the young guys, but I mean, you got the older receivers, Jamie and Rojo and Joe. How they come along?
They've come along really well. They've been great teachers to the young guys. So, it's been good. Just number-wise, when you look at our classes that come through, this class has come through as a large receiver class, which we graduated a bunch of receivers. So, we're relying on them to help us. And you know how it is with receivers. They're open every play. It doesn't matter if they run the wrong route or anything. I'm out there because they're open every play. So you've got to, they've got to learn, different parts of the SEC. Open in high school is wide open because we recruited some really good players. Open in the SEC, you might be running, it might be a ball placement deal. So those are things you got to learn.
On the defense side of the ball, linebacker, well, we kind of count on Benitez and Richie Brown. Those two guys, we count on them to play a lot this year. Last year they really didn't, they with the red shirt year and everything. But this year I think Coach, prepared them well. I mean, they've been following those older guys, and I think they're really ready to step in that spot.
What would a win in this game kind of do for y'all? Start the year off with a win and do for y'all for the rest of the season.
Win, that'll be great. We always want to go out and win. We want to win each and every week. But the first week of the game against a ranked team, Oklahoma State, their caliber or their play, I think that'll really boost us up and put us where we want to be to start off the season.
Is there a little bit of, I guess, extra motivation? I know, last year when you guys started playing the ranked teams, it sort of fell apart down the stretch and everything. Getting your shot early against a ranked team to prove that you belong in that discussion with some of those teams?
Yes, sir. I think, we pretty much, I don't get into all the rankings. I'm pretty sure us as a team, we don't sometimes. We just like to go out and give it a lot of best. We're going to play hard for 4 quarters. So I feel like if we win, we get in the rankings, that'll be a great thing. But win or lose, we're going to give it all out. We're going to go out and play to our best of our ability.
Tyler talked to me about before treating every game equally, though, but with the same intensity as maybe the first game against Oklahoma State. How are you guys trying to do that this year?
We're just trying to focus on the main thing. And the main thing is winning. So it don't matter who we playing, who the opponent is. We want to go out and show them what Mississippi State football is all about.
And what is Mississippi State football about?
We're gonna play for 4 quarters. We're gonna give you everything. When people watch us, I want them to know that team right there gonna get relentless for 4 quarters. If it's 4 quarters or beyond 4 quarters, we're gonna play hard for the snap of the ball, first snap of the ball.
I know in a perfect world you'd love to shut out Oklahoma State, but that's probably not going to happen because they're pretty good on offense. How do you deal with bouncing back? As a veteran guy, obviously if you give up a touchdown, how do you tell the young guys about bouncing back from that and keeping it play?
Well, I think to go through that, you got to understand the do's and the don'ts of the whole picture. I mean, you're gonna get scored on, and sometimes you're not. But the best thing you can do is being a leader, an older guy. You got to show the young guys that the game is not over. It's still to the clock is 0. You still got to play every snap like it's the first or the last. So I feel like being an older guy, we're gonna go out and we're gonna play hard every play.
They're all vertical. Most of their routes are going vertical. They're pretty fast. It ain't nothing we can't run with. So.
Number 5, I hear he's kind of the go-to guy.
He is. That's I want to say he like our Jamie and Lewis. That's who our coach compares him to. So.
Okay. I mean, how big a test is this though? I mean, because there's a lot of guys that y'all are going to have out there that haven't done it a whole lot, at least not in this kind of setting.
It's gonna be a big test because they say we're the weakest part of the team, and this is kind of our chance to show the country what we can do.
How much have you been sitting down with some of the younger guys who either played a little bit or not at all, just to work with them on stuff and get ready for it?
A couple of them. Like Central Giles, he's been hungry ever since he got here, so I'm excited to see him play.
Is it more positive or negative that a lot of these guys are going to be getting baptized in this kind of game against this kind of team as opposed to a Jackson State or a Memphis?
I think it's positive because, like I said, it gives us an opportunity to show everybody what we can do.
I know in a perfect world you'd love to shut out Oklahoma State, but they're pretty good. They'll probably at least score a couple touchdowns. Is it difficult as a defensive player to bounce back after you give up a touchdown, and how do you kind of go about that throughout the game?
Well, as a defensive back, they say you have to have a short you have a short memory, and so it ain't very hard for us to bounce back from a touchdown. Just stop them from scoring. Just fix your mistakes on the sideline and keep moving.
What do you see from the cornerbacks in front of you, Tevez and Justin and those younger guys, newer guys?
Tevez is gonna work hard no matter what, and he don't really get tired, so I don't think the tempo is gonna really touch him.
Right.
So I think we're gonna be good, man. I think we're gonna put in the work this week, and no matter how hard we work, if we don't perform, then it's in vain. So.
You talk about that vertical game, some of the speed. That would seem to kind of play into what Jamerson does well, being a fast guy. I mean, do you think that'll work well for him?
Yeah. It's hard to run away from our corners, man. Any of them. Like Tevez, he has a long stride. Giles is fast. Love is fast. Will Redmond is fast. All of them. So it's going to be hard for them to just kind of run away from us.
If it happens,
So you've gone up against Chris Jones then in practice. He's been on the right side, hasn't he?
yeah, I'll go against him a couple times.
Dan said he's been making some plays, and he could get on the field this week. What do you think from him?
That's a big kid, man. I think he's still young, but he's got a lot of talent and a lot of size. He keeps getting better every day, so I can see him making happy on the field.
What makes him tough to block?
He's just big, strong, and he got talent and skills. So once you put all that in one combination, that's a bad thing to put up on him.
Do you see a difference now this year between Deep Nino and Preston, how they're doing it other than a year in the system?
I mean, they both, they work, to get you better. But, this year I've seen that since Charles and I have improved on our skills, they've improved on theirs also. So they're just making each other better. That's what we focus on every day.
How's Damian doing behind you? I saw he was listed as a left tackle. How's his progression been since he's come off his injury? Do you think he's ready to go?
Yeah, I think he's ready to go. He's doing pretty good, getting back more comfortable playing.
You think there's some pressure on the offense this time just because, Oklahoma State's probably going to score some points that, you guys are going to come out and have to execute quickly. I mean, how important is it to get off to a good start and, score a lot of points?
No matter who the opponent is, that's always important to come out, and start fast and start good and score points. But, we're going to have to keep pushing it. It might be a situation where we're behind. We just got to know that we still got to go out there and make plays and give it our all.
To kind of jump off that question, the way the last season ended, how important is it to just get off with a good start as a whole, offense, defense, as a team?
It's important. It's a big morale booster, to come out and beat a big top-ranked team, the first game of the season. So.
Oklahoma State, obviously, everybody talks about their offense because it's so good, but what have you seen about their defense that's difficult?
They're pretty good. They work and they play whistle to whistle. I'm just ready to go out there and play and improve ourselves as a team that we're one of the best in the nation. And we're just ready to go play.